Your actions have unleashed a storm they never saw coming. With a single move, you've shattered their calm and ignited a tempest of feelings they can't control or ignore. What you did, whether intentional or not, has created ripples that have grown into waves crashing through their entire world. What you did has stirred up a whirlwind of emotions in them, and these aren't passing feelings. These are big changes that will reshape everything they thought they knew about themselves and what they want. The question isn't whether they feel it, it's what they'll do about the storm you've created. Your presence alone has unleashed forces beyond mortal comprehension in their life. The moment you stepped into their field, their emotional body convulsed with recognition. This wasn't mere attraction or mundane interest. This was their entire energetic system recognizing a frequency it had been seeking across the vast cosmos. Your aura carries codes that demolish the carefully constructed walls they've built over lifetimes. With each breath you take near them, another layer of their protection disintegrates. Their emotional body now experiences tsunamis of feeling they cannot control, cannot suppress, cannot ignore. The sound of your voice activates dormant strands of their spiritual DNA, triggering awakenings they never consented to, but their soul has been desperately seeking. You have become a living catalyst. Your energy signature operates as a divine, battering ram against the prison of their limited consciousness. The emotional purging happening within them now borders on the violent, because transformation of this magnitude cannot occur gently. You have become the earthquake that precedes their rebirth. Even now, while you read these words, they struggle to maintain equilibrium in a body suddenly too small to contain the cosmic forces you've activated. Their dreams fill with symbols they don't understand. Their waking hours blur between dimensions. Your frequency did this. Your essence caused this spiritual upheaval. The intensity of their emotional response reveals the true potency of your spiritual signature. Ordinary humans don't trigger cataclysmic shifts in others. Only those carrying specific celestial codes possess this ability. The chaos you've created within them serves as confirmation of your true nature. The veil thinned to transparency the moment your eyes met theirs. Something ancient stirred from slumber, recognition flowing between you like electric current. Their higher self instantly recognized yours across the crowded cosmic field. Two fragments of the same divine flame, separated by design, now remembering their shared origin. Within their cellular memory, dormant records activated. Vivid flashbacks of shared lives, of promises made in star temples, of contracts signed in the space between worlds, all flooding back in disorienting waves. The human container struggles to process these multidimensional downloads you've triggered. Their consciousness repeatedly fractures and reforms as it attempts to integrate what they now remember. Your energy signature matches one their soul has been hunting for eons, the exact vibrational pattern needed to complete their spiritual circuit. This explains the overwhelming sense of familiarity they experienced upon first contact, a knowing that transcends logic, defies explanation, and operates according to cosmic principles their rational mind cannot grasp. Time collapses in your presence. Past, present, and future timelines converge and bleed into one another. They see glimpses of what you were, what you are, what you will become, all simultaneously. The linear boundaries of existence dissolve when you enter their field. This disorientation serves a divine purpose, the dismantling of artificial constructs that have kept them bound to limited perceptions. Your connection bypasses human understanding because it operates at quantum levels. The particles that compose your physical form remember dancing with theirs at the moment of universal creation. This soul magnetism cannot be severed by human doubt or fear. The cosmic reunion has begun, regardless of conscious resistance. The emotional chaos you've created serves as the perfect crucible for their transformation. Their feelings oscillate wildly between ecstatic bliss and profound vulnerability. This violent pendulum swing represents the necessary purification of their emotional body. Your presence transmutes their lower emotions into spiritual gold through a process as ancient as creation itself. Each interaction with you catalyzes another layer of emotional refinement. The discomfort they experience signals the dissolution of calcified emotional patterns that have limited their spiritual evolution for lifetimes. This dismantling process feels excruciating, yet simultaneously liberating. Their emotional center recalibrates to match the higher frequency you naturally embody. Your energy functions as divine solvent, breaking down compounds of fear and limitation within their spiritual chemistry. The emotional volatility they experience now directly correlates to the power of the transformation underway. Lesser connections bring comfort. Cosmic connections bring necessary destruction before rebirth. Their entire emotional frequency undergoes forced evolution in your presence. What took others decades of spiritual discipline to achieve happens spontaneously through mere proximity to your field. This accelerated timeline couldn't occur without the catalytic properties of your specific energy signature. This emotional chaos, this spiritual hurricane you've unleashed, delivers precisely the divine medicine their soul contracted to receive. The discomfort serves a sacred purpose. Their resistance merely measures the strength of the transmutation occurring at levels beyond conscious awareness. They say the truth will set you free, but most can't handle it. For the chosen ones in the obsidian inner order, it's not just the truth. It's the whole cosmic download. No sugarcoating, no escape. Picture this: weekly group calls with 450 plus chosen ones, recorded and available any time for your enlightenment. Our private Discord, it's not just active, it's alive, buzzing with ideas, breakthroughs, and that unstoppable chosen energy. Oh, and for you romantics out there, welcome to Chosen Singles, where soulmates meet under cosmic alignments, not cheap pickup lines. And for the seekers, dive into Modern Manifestation Mechanics, our exclusive grimoire, with 3 chapters available to members. Learn how to turn your home into an abundance magnet, master basic spellcraft for physical manifestation, and channel magical forces to elevate your goals. Plus, you'll get access to interviews with real targeted individuals and video specials so bold the YouTube archons don't even want you to see them. This is more than a membership. It's a movement. So what are you waiting for? Stop searching. Start ascending. The link is in the description. Your energetic signatures recognize each other beyond physical form, instinctively intertwining when in proximity. This merging occurs automatically, without conscious direction, following patterns established before either of you inhabited human form. When these energies combine, they generate resonance patterns that realign both your fields to their original divine blueprint. The universe manipulated countless variables across multiple timelines to orchestrate this precise reunion. Stars shifted their courses, souls stepped aside, pathways opened and closed. The machinations of the cosmos worked tirelessly to ensure this connection manifested at exactly the right moment in the planetary ascension timeline. They physically register your presence even when separated by vast distances. Their body responds to your thoughts. Their energy field expands when you direct attention their way. The connection maintains integrity across space-time because it exists primarily outside the constraints of physical reality. Your combined energy field generates healing frequencies that ripple outward, affecting the collective unconscious. Those who come into contact with either of you benefit from these emanations without understanding their source. Your union serves purposes far beyond personal fulfillment. It functions as a planetary acupuncture needle, directing cosmic energy into precise points in the collective field. An unbreakable cord connects your energy centers, a direct channel that cannot be severed by distance, doubt, or human limitation. This sacred connection exists beyond choice, beyond preference, beyond the realm of human decision-making entirely. The reunion has been cosmically decreed. Your frequency has activated dormant spiritual capacities within them that would have remained sealed without your specific energy signature. Gifts that lay dormant for lifetimes now spring to life, often overwhelming their human container with sudden abilities they lack the training to control. Since encountering your energy field, synchronicities multiply exponentially in their reality. The veil between worlds thins. Manifestations accelerate to near instantaneous fulfillment. The universe responds to their thoughts with unnerving precision. These phenomena directly result from the activation codes your presence triggered within their spiritual circuitry. Their intuitive abilities have heightened to levels that frighten them. Suddenly, they perceive energies, emotions, and intentions that remained hidden before. The bombardment of information overwhelms their sensory processing. This psychic awakening bears your energetic signature, proof of your direct influence on their spiritual unfoldment. Spontaneous downloads of cosmic wisdom arrive without warning. Ancient knowledge surfaces from the depths of soul memory. Insights that would normally require decades of spiritual discipline suddenly flood their consciousness. Their human mind struggles to categorize and contain these transmissions from higher dimensions that your presence has opened them to receive. The amnesia veil that kept them disconnected from their true cosmic nature dissolves in your presence. This lifting of forgetting brings disorientation alongside revelation. The limited identity they've maintained begins to shatter as greater aspects of their multidimensional self integrate into their consciousness. Your presence functions as a living initiation into higher consciousness. Every encounter with your energy field accelerates their vibrational frequency beyond what their system would normally tolerate. This painful yet necessary process represents spiritual evolution compressed into explosive quantum leaps rather than gradual steps. The battle now rages within them, soul wisdom versus egoic resistance. Their heart instantly surrendered to the truth of your connection while their mind fights desperately to maintain control. This internal conflict manifests as erratic behavior, emotional volatility, and seeming contradictions in how they relate to you. Their logical mind cannot comprehend what their heart absolutely knows. The cognitive dissonance creates a state of constant internal friction. The limited human operating system crashes repeatedly as it attempts to process data that exceeds its programmed parameters. Yet, despite this resistance, deeper knowing prevails in unguarded moments. Their resistance doesn't indicate rejection of the connection, but rather measures the magnitude of the shift occurring within them. Greater transformation requires greater resistance to ensure complete integration. The friction generates necessary heat for spiritual forging. This internal battle prepares them to operate from a higher command center beyond the egoic mind. The outcome will determine whether they step fully into their divine blueprint or remain partially tethered to limited consciousness. Your continued presence in their field directly influences this critical spiritual juncture. The choice they face transcends simple acceptance or rejection of your connection. They stand at the threshold between dimensional realities, between versions of themselves separated by vibrational frequency alone. The outcome affects not only their personal evolution, but reverberates throughout the collective field. Karmic patterns they've carried for countless lifetimes spontaneously dissolve in your presence. The weight of ancient agreements, soul contracts, and energetic bindings lifts from their field when your frequencies merge. This unburdening creates simultaneous liberation and disorientation as they adjust to existence without familiar limitations. Emotional wounds that resisted years of healing work vanish overnight through mere proximity to your field. Your energy functions as divine solvent, dissolving calcified pain bodies and transmuting dense emotional energy into light. This accelerated clearing often manifests physically as waves of unexplained fatigue, emotional release, or energetic purging. Their energy body undergoes complete restructuring to hold higher frequencies you've introduced to their system. Chakras recalibrate. New energetic channels open. Their entire spiritual anatomy upgrades to accommodate the expanded consciousness your presence catalyzes. These changes often manifest as physical symptoms that confuse medical professionals. Physical ailments with emotional or karmic roots mysteriously improve after contact with your field. The healing properties of your specific frequency target precisely the blockages that have prevented their complete embodiment. This represents quantum healing that would typically require decades through conventional means. Amidst the chaos of transformation, they experience waves of inexplicable peace, moments when the higher purpose of this connection breaks through the discomfort of rapid evolution. These glimpses of cosmic understanding sustain them through the intensity of the process your presence has initiated. The unburdening extends beyond personal healing to include ancestral lines and future timelines. Your connection serves as a focal point for multidimensional healing that extends backward and forward through time, liberating souls connected to them across the spectrum of existence. Your light mercilessly illuminates their shadow aspects, leaving nowhere to hide from their own darkness. This exposure feels both violating and necessary. The intensity of your connection triggers their most primal abandonment wounds, forcing confrontation with pain they've skillfully avoided for lifetimes. They simultaneously fear being seen so completely, yet crave this soul-level transparency. The vulnerability terrifies their human aspect, while their higher self recognizes this unveiling as essential for complete liberation. Your presence creates the perfect conditions for this shadow work, providing both the catalyst for surfacing and the safety for integration. Past life vows of separation and suffering have surfaced for clearing. Ancient promises to remain apart, to choose duty over connection, to sacrifice love for purpose. All these agreements now present themselves for conscious release. The karmic completion your union offers strikes terror in aspects still bound to these old contracts. The stakes feel cosmic because they recognize, beyond conscious awareness, the true significance of this connection. Deep knowing that this union transcends personal healing to serve collective purpose creates pressure their human aspect struggles to bear. The magnitude of potential overwhelms their limited self-concept. Their fear directly proportions to the power of the connection. Lesser unions don't trigger existential terror. Only soul-recognized connections activate the complete dismantling of protective structures built over lifetimes. Their resistance honors the transformative potential your presence represents. This unveiling process, though excruciatingly painful, provides their gateway to spiritual liberation. The shadow aspects revealed in your presence represent the final barriers to their embodiment of higher consciousness. Your continued engagement directly facilitates their complete spiritual integration. The telepathic bond between you operates outside human communication systems. Your energetic exchange flows continuously, regardless of physical proximity or conscious awareness. They receive your thoughts across distance and time barriers, often mistaking your transmissions for their own insights. Dreams provide primary channels for unfiltered communication. They've experienced complete conversations with you while sleeping, only to have you confirm these exchanges later in physical reality. These non-physical communications often contain greater truth than words exchanged in the density of physical interaction. You answer questions they haven't verbalized. You address concerns they've held only in thought. This telepathic synchronization disarms their human defenses and confirms the multidimensional nature of your connection. The precision of these exchanges eliminates coincidence as possible explanation. Energy transfers happen simultaneously across multiple dimensions. While your physical bodies exchange words, your emotional bodies merge, your mental bodies synchronize, and your spiritual bodies commune at levels beyond human perception. This explains the exhaustion that often follows even brief encounters. Your higher selves maintain constant communication regardless of your conscious relationship status. This ongoing dialogue establishes the foundation for your physical interactions and explains the sense of continuation that permeates each meeting, as though no time has passed between encounters. The psychic bond intensifies as both your frequencies continue elevating. With each spiritual advancement, with each layer of density shed, the clarity and depth of non-verbal communication increases. Eventually, words will become secondary to the direct knowing that passes between you. Their former identity burns to ash in the fire of your connection. The person they believed themselves to be cannot survive contact with the truths your presence reveals. This ego death creates terror alongside liberation as they lose familiar reference points for self-definition. They no longer recognize the person they were before encountering your energy. Interests change, priorities shift, relationships transform, beliefs disintegrate. The values and goals that once drove them suddenly seem foreign, as though belonging to someone else entirely. This disorientation signals successful dismantling of false self-constructs. Outdated self-concepts get replaced with cosmic truth. The limited human identity gives way to recognition of their multidimensional nature. This expansion of self-awareness brings discomfort alongside awakening as they struggle to integrate vastly expanded understanding of their true essence. Through your connection, they remember abilities and wisdom from higher dimensional aspects of themselves. Talents emerge without practice. Knowledge surfaces without study. These spontaneous remembrances confirm the artificial nature of the limitations they previously accepted as fixed reality. This painful yet liberating identity dissolution was precisely what their soul contracted for. Their higher self, specifically, arranged this connection to facilitate the complete dismantling of false identity structures that prevented full embodiment of their divine blueprint. Your role as catalyst was cosmically assigned. Your presence serves as both the destructive force that dismantles outdated identity structures and the stabilizing frequency that prevents complete fragmentation during reconstruction. This dual function explains their seemingly contradictory responses, simultaneously seeking your presence while appearing to pull away. Your meeting was orchestrated by forces beyond physical comprehension. Cosmic intelligences manipulated countless variables to ensure this connection manifested at precisely the right moment in the planetary ascension timeline. The chance encounters that brought you together represent master-level choreography from beyond the veil. Together you anchor specific frequency codes needed for planetary evolution. The unique vibrational signature created by your combined fields transmits information essential for the collective awakening process. This explains the sense of purpose that underlies your connection beyond personal fulfillment. Your combined energy field creates a powerful vortex that affects everyone in proximity. Those around you unconsciously receive healing, activation, and recalibration through mere exposure to the frequencies generated by your united presence. This field effect explains the intense reactions others have to your connection. This connection has implications far beyond your personal journey. The templates you establish through conscious engagement with this union create pathways for others to follow. You forge energetic trails through uncharted spiritual territory, making subsequent journeys possible for those who come after you. You were cosmically assigned to find each other at precisely this moment in history, when the planetary frequency could support the energies your union would generate. Earlier connection would have resulted in combustion. Later union would have missed the critical window for maximum impact on the collective field. Your connection serves as living transmission of unity consciousness, demonstrating the possibility of sacred union in human form while maintaining individual sovereignty. The balance you achieve between merging and autonomy creates new relationship paradigms essential for the emerging consciousness. They now gather spiritual courage to match your frequency in conscious partnership. The recognition dawns that this connection demands complete surrender to greater purpose, the release of personal agenda in service to collective evolution. This surrender requires dismantling final vestiges of separation consciousness. Their soul calls loudly for full acknowledgement of what transpires between you. The time for denial has passed. Cosmic timelines accelerate. The window for conscious engagement with this connection's full potential grows shorter as planetary frequencies continue rising. The moment for decision arrives. Every hesitation represents final releasing of old paradigm limitations. Each doubt marks the death of outdated belief systems that cannot sustain the frequency your union generates. These fears honor the magnitude of the transition rather than indicating true resistance to the connection itself. They sense, beyond logical understanding, that fully acknowledging this connection will irreversibly alter their reality. This recognition creates the final threshold guardian before complete surrender to the process. The human aspect correctly perceives that nothing will remain unchanged after this commitment. The universe awaits your mutual recognition to unlock the next level of your shared mission. Cosmic forces have brought you to this precise juncture, but cannot force conscious participation. Divine timing now converges with free will choice, creating the perfect alchemical conditions for quantum breakthrough. This connection represents far more than personal union. It serves as gateway to new evolutionary templates for humanity. The conscious choices you make within this relationship create ripples throughout the collective field, establishing vibration pathways for others to follow. Your private interactions carry public consequence in the energy realms. The fire ignited between you burns away all that cannot withstand higher frequency. This purification serves divine purpose. The intensity measures the importance. The discomfort signals transformation. The confusion precedes clarity. All reactions, both ecstatic and painful, confirm the cosmic significance of what transpires between your souls. Your energy has forever altered their internal landscape. The changes set in motion cannot be reversed. The awakening begun cannot be undone. The remembering initiated cannot be forgotten. Your presence in their field, however brief, however contested, however unexpected, has served its divine purpose, the shattering of illusion and the restoration of cosmic truth. The whirlwind of emotions you've stirred represents necessary chaos before new order emerges. Every tear, every moment of confusion, every surge of inexplicable connection serves the greater alchemy underway. Nothing wasted, nothing accidental, nothing without perfect purpose in the divine orchestration of this cosmic reunion.